I am not a scholar on vegetarianism, but I do have experience. So the topic of discussion today is vegetarian. And I'm going to persuade you on why you should be vegetarian, not ism. Starting off with a quote from Anonymous. We shall pass through this world but once. Therefore, any good thing I can do for any living being, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass through this world again. Since the beginning of mankind's first known beginnings, humans have existed with nature peacefully and equitably with all inhabitants of planet Earth. We have used these gifts that nature has given us, and only taken what we needed to survive. During those years, we left things intact, which it should be. In the past 1,000 years, humans have exploited the Earth, thrashing open its bounties, unbalanced its cycles, polluted its land and water, and obstructed the natural habitats of plants and animals. Humans are inherently and uniquely over-consumers, and at this point, ultimate desecrators of the world's natural habitats. However, history has proven that it was not always so. What has made us so cynical, greedy, and hardened to the suffering and widespread disintegration of the natural world? These questions are not easily answered, but can be narrowed down to three main reasons. The first of which is religion, the ability for people to say God gave us dominion over animals, so that gives me the right. The second is ethical. It is okay to do these things because it makes me happy. Words like I heart bacon come about, or that's the way it has always been done. The last is more scientific in the sense of chemical or biological dependencies and closely tying into health. All three are major arguments, but overall are not good excuses what has been classified as acceptable behavior. Delving into the more sensitive topic of vegetarianism is a religious standpoint. Whether you're a Christian, Muslim, or Buddhist, or maybe even an atheist, there's always a central theme on how to live. Right versus wrong, yin versus yang, light versus dark, karma versus moksha, and in the case of vegetarianism, within religion, compassion versus exploitation. In most religions, the consumption of food is a part of the culture and is closely tied into their belief structure. However, in non-monotheistic cultures, you will find that they're all vegetarians and rarely consume meat out of respect. Seeing as most debates come from monotheistic religions, there is much to evaluate when assessing their doctrines. In the very first pages of the Bible, Quran, and Torah, we are told that we have dominion over animals, and we are to take care of them, seeing as we are higher beings. Then we are cast out of God's holy Eden into the harsh world, and into the following chapters we are told to sacrifice animals to please God and eat meat to survive. However, later in the Christian belief, God takes the place of both man and animals on the sacrificial altar, the lamb who offers himself up for the world, like a sheep to slaughter. In Jewish and Islam faith, their Bibles directly say to treat all animal beings on this earth with kindness and humility. From a religious standpoint, there is no reason to slaughter or sacrifice animals for fun or consumption. We are given the sole right and privilege to watch over beings that are lower than us, and to slaughter and to eat them is a poor injustice to that ability. Closely tying into religion would be the ethics of vegetarianism, and is the second part of why it is important. Some questions come into play as well. Why can't you do it yourself? Why can't you slaughter what you consume? People are content at going to fast food joints or grocery stores and just buying meat to consume it. At this point, it's just an object. It's lifeless. It means nothing. However, I believe this is due to the human's ability to just ignore what they know is wrong. Not a single person I know that has a good human moral character can walk to an animal, shoot it or puncture it, cut it up, skin it, and eat it. The unethical treatment of animals is also an issue. People are shocked all the time to see dogs or cats that are chained up or left abandoned. Why is it culturally and socially acceptable to love and treat domesticated animals, any different than any other being? A good example of a specific type of animal that is treated unethically are chickens. Imagine yourself squeezed into a closet under a set of stairs with three people, having to crook your head and stand there for the rest of your very short life. Places like KFC, McDonald's, Zaxby's, Chick-fil-A, the majority of other fast food vendors use chickens that are loaded with steroids to beef up chickens past their weight threshold. More than 60% of all chickens' legs break from their overcrowding, being overweight, and broken bones from injections. This is only one animal that is treated inhumanely. It is our ethical right and choice to treat all beings with compassion. To be able to side with the eating field, the type of meat where newborn cows are kept in dark rooms and are tied to the point where they can't move and then slaughtered is unethical. To be able to side with the eating pigs because you just don't know how to stop eating delicious bacon is unethical. The only reason why a person does not think like this is because they have not seen it themselves. To be ethically superior is to think about something, or at least respect it before you do it, not acting gluttony. The last thing of vegetarianism is the science aspect, and it is the argument opposite of ethics in religion. To put it quite simply, by many doctors and professors along the span of our planet, humans are physically not meant to eat meat. This is proven in which the body actually looks, how it looks, and digests food. For example, carnivores in the natural world have intestines that are 20 times the length of their body. Herbivores all have intestines that are 12 times the length of their body. Guess which ones humans have? The answer is 12. There is absolutely nothing evolutionary about our bodies that are meant to kill animals. We are smarter, yes, but we don't have claws, we aren't quick, we don't have ideal mouths. We have one of the least amount of bite forces, smaller mouth openings, and our teeth have minimal enamel to consume the fatty tissue of other animals. On a smaller point, the brain is another interesting part when it comes to being a carnivore. The meat that is eaten is literally addictive. It is the core reason why people have a difficulty stopping the consumption of meat and the inability to think of it otherwise. There's a specific type of phosphoroprotein that is natural in meats that gives it this addictiveness. It is just as hard to stop as caffeine without having cultural backings. It is becoming more evident in science today, and is the main proven reason for obesity in America, and that people don't want to stop with their stomach, or stop thinking with their stomachs, and start thinking with their brains. Another argument within science is the opinionative argument when it comes to protein. While meat does have a good amount of protein, this is not a valid argument, seeing as everything on this planet besides fruit has protein. When it does not have as much per serving, the consumption of vegetables means no saturated fat, no trans fat, no cholesterol, and a really high amount of fiber. Meat has absolutely no health benefits whatsoever besides protein. It does not heal. It only destroys the colon, of which it sits 5 times longer than fruits and vegetables. Some thousands of years ago, where eating meat was a necessity to live during the age of harsh climates, this could be deemed acceptable. It is now some 10,000 years since cavemen have been here. Are we not more intelligent and ethically superior to men who can barely speak or survive? Are we supposed to become more compassionate, understanding of ideals of previous generations? The ability to sit and be okay while another living being feels pain, so a person can feel gratification